First of all, I was a footballer.
Is it?
But even in school, even when I was a footballer, I was already into music, like starting to play the guitar.
Music.
Yeah.
So it's been since when you were young.
Yeah.
Hi guys, I'm at the house of Eli Amor Ada. Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bisoye. If this is your first time tuning in, guys, you are welcome. Thank you for stopping by. And if you're family, it's always a delight to have you back. I'm here with Mr. Eli Amor Ada. It's a pleasure to have him here and just talk to him about his music, about what he does, about his life in South Africa, about us Africans and what brings us together as one. I know music always unites people, so we just want him to share with us more about that and just having discuss what this means to him and how the journey has been so far for him here living in South Africa. It's so good to have you here, sir. Tell us, what does music, how did you find yourself in this journey? What does music mean to you?
First of all, I was a footballer.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Growing up, I was a footballer. And I thought I'm pretty destined to be that. And then I got injured, you know.
Really?
Must have been about 18, 19. But now, quite interestingly, the love of music, since I was a child, you know, it was burning. I was the kind of guy that would wake you up 3 in the morning, as maybe as a 8-year-old or something. Say, hey, do you hear this song? Do you hear this song? So and then after that, after I got in, I just said, you know what? I'm turning to music. But even in school, even when I was a footballer, I was already into music, like starting to play the guitar.
Music.
Yeah.
So it's been since when you were young, you've been in the industry.
And I would say music chose me. I've heard so many people say that I didn't understand it, but now I do understand. Yeah. So that's what I would say.
That's amazing. So how has the journey been for you? I see you've performed at different places for different audience. The last Africa Day that happened, you also performed at the Union Buildings.
Yeah.
So how has the journey been for you, especially during this time that there's COVID? How have you been able to still stay afloat in the industry?
First of all, let me say, when you say music chose you, I think it's the reverse of what you choosing to do music, meaning that then it's either you in it for success, you in it for the glamour, you in it for all the the nice things that
comes with it.
Yeah. But when COVID hit, so obviously we were under lockdown. I think it must have been about 2 months or almost 3 months. And I thought, no, listen, God, there must be something bigger that I can't be staying at home. I know it's closed out there, but you're a big God. And I remember praying, and then one of the mornings I just woke up and went to one of the malls. And I said, listen, I'd like to come here and do something, and this blah blah blah. So you want to bask? I said, basking, but I don't want to bask. I want to give you a show. And quite amazingly, they allowed me. And then I went 10 minutes later. I went to the next mall. And you know what? When every musician, I think probably there was only musician that was performing during the lockdown, performing in the mall. So I put up my speakers and blast the whole mall, not like basking by the corner. So. And that actually to the point that I've stuck with that to now. Yeah. So I just was saying to myself, why didn't I start this about 15 years ago, or even 20 years ago? Because this is where the corporate people come.
Yes.
This is where everyone meets you, and so I've gotten a lot of business.
From just doing that.
Yeah. Because now then when you play, there was no entertainment out there. So this was an outlet for me and the people.
For you to network and seeing that everybody needed something to be happy about. So you brought that happiness, that music for people to just smile and be encouraged every time they go through the mall.
And a lot of tears too.
Is it?
Yeah, a lot of people crying, shedding tears.
So what kind of music do you I know you do all kinds of music from what I've seen, but what kind of, when you say music calls you, what type of music are you drawn to?
You see, for me, the music that really touches me, that comes naturally, is Eastern Central kind of music. Yeah, like you're talking of DRC, Tanzania, Kenya, and fused with Southern African influences and West African influences. So basically, it's a fusion of African music, like your contemporary
music, but that comes from Africa. You're able to play and do any music that's interesting.
So that's basically my
okay. So what have you collaborated with any African artist, or who would you like to maybe play with or share stage with and just be you?
There's quite a few people that I've met.
Okay.
Eli Amor Ada from
Nigeria.
Salif Keita. I've performed with Angelique Kidjo, Baba Mal from Senegal, Yvonne Chaka Chaka from South Africa, Oliver Mtugu, Zimbabwe. But now this is the older generation. But if you look at the guys that have come up now, I love techno sound. His productions. And I think I wouldn't mind to collaborate with him. And Zushu from Tanzania, the young lady. She just came out I think last year, but I think I love his sound. She's got this Indian kind of
tune to it.
And then there's also Mbosso from Tanzania. I think those are some of the guys I'd like to they're not really like up there like your Davidos, but in terms of sound, for me it's gotta be the sound that I love. So I think guys like that.
But you're already on that level. You have grown in the industry, so even if you say it's not up there like those,
to be honest with you, I think I'll be more experienced compared to those guys, but they are more out there than I am. Because I think over the years I've focused more like playing live. This is why I do explain all the countries that I've been to. But in terms of radio or commercial artists, they are up there. Those guys,
okay.
So love to collaborate.
Anything can happen. It's COVID has just made us all understand that we need each other. Most importantly. So Eli, tell me what should I say advice, because like you said, you mentioned something very important now, that you had to go out there to the malls, to play the music during the COVID. There was total shutdown in most countries, and I'm very sure if I could see someone like you in the mall, it will bring a breath of freshness, or it will be refreshing to see something different at that point in time. So for people that in the industry, maybe they are young or they are new to the industry, what do you think, how do you think they're able to navigate themselves during this time that things are just quite uncertain?
Yeah, this is a very, very important question to ask. Simple reason is that with TikTok, YouTube, and all these
other platforms
that you see, it presents to a young person a life of glamour, a life of affluence, and minus the hard work, minus reality. So, and it is important for any upcoming artist or any young man or woman that is aspiring to be a musician to have the love
for it,
the passion for it, and also to surround themselves with people that are knowledgeable. Because just 2 days ago, there's a young lady that I'm grooming, and I said, listen, she was supposed to be doing lessons privately, and I said, listen, that's not going to help you much. Come to my live shows as well. So on Friday,
and experience
yes, and I said, I want you to to experience the live element, in as much as you experience the lessons and all the the teachings that I'll give you. But yeah, come and see. When I'm setting up, when I'm fighting with so and so, when this and that is happening,
how it is done.
You see, and then you know what? Yes. So I think it's to go in it for the love of it, and yes, you must have a business sense. I mean, come on, you can't be playing, you know, and then you need to make a living out of it. But there's steps that you need to follow, have a passion and be real, you know. Forget about the glamour, you know, that is fake. Yeah, it's only there for a couple of minutes.
Okay, no, thank you for answering that, and you really touched on key points here, because a lot of people just want to do it for the glamour. They want to do it just because they'll be out there, but the passion is not there, and you find that most artists or upcoming artists don't last long. And with the world that we are in now, where there's TikTok, everything is just instant. You think that everything is just fast. It's important to put in the hard work, to be passionate about what we do, and just learn from people, experienced people like you. So do you groom, like you said, you have people that you someone that is you groom currently. Is this something that you do often? Do you take in people to groom them, just to teach them the ropes on how the business is, what they need to learn during this time? So you do that?
Yeah, for me, but it's been more of also by calling, let me put it that way. Being a child of God myself, a Christian to be exact, there's people that God has thrown my way. There's actually guys from even Nigeria that have come through these hands, and not because I purpose to go out there and say, no, come, just
come through to you.
And they're doing very well, and so I've had people like Tandi Somazwai, very popular South African artist. That there was at some point I was teaching a guitar, and there's one Indian guy also was on some South African soapy. I was also teaching him some music, and there's people that I've groomed
along the way, and they're doing well for themselves.
Yeah, they're doing well for themselves. And like I'm saying also that it's more of a calling, not something that I go out there saying I want to groom. No, people
just come your path and then you groom them.
Like the young lady I mentioned a little bit earlier, she just came out playing. I think it was sometime last month. She walked up to me and said, "Please, can you help me?" So yeah.
Okay, so are you open? You're open to that if anybody comes to you. Okay, because now that we are most people want now discover themselves more. What is it that they're passionate about? Because before COVID, we had our way of life, but now that we're at home, people are more concerned now. What is it that they care the most about? So people that come your way, you help them discover themselves more about music, and that's quite interesting. It's that's very good, I must say. So can you share with us a life-changing experience that you've had living in South Africa? I mean, I'm sure you've been here all your life. If I stand to be corrected,
I came here in '98.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's over 2 decades.
Of July.
That's over 2 decades. So you've been here, and you were from Southern Africa yourself. So how have you evolved, and what has changed? What life-changing moment have you had doing music and living here in South Africa?
I would say just the steps, because when I came here to do music.
Okay, you knew what you were coming to do.
I'm coming from Zimbabwe, from the southern side, the Wele-speaking side, which is Zulu basically. I thought I didn't stand a chance in Zim, which is predominantly Shona. So I thought, no, let me travel down south. And when I came in, so the steps.
You already knew? Yeah,
so the steps that I've taken, and came in '98 and I started performing restaurants, doing your bars and shows. And then, but I think when I started working with, there's a guy called Jonina, Steve Kekana, if you some guys. Jonina, Steve Kekana was one of the South African legends. and Nana Coyote. So when they had a band, and then I was a guitarist in the band. That was 2004. That really changed my life because, you know, they were on a high level, and I went in there, I was not too experienced with that. But you know what, I held my own. And then a year later, that's when I opened for John Legend in Cape Town, 2005. And then joining the Soweto Gospel Choir. And all those, you know, steps.
Like milestones,
yeah,
really built you up to.
Yeah, and so it was a gradual climb, yeah, but every step was
life changing, basically. Oh, interesting. And then
and also meeting the big man.
Yes, I saw that. I'm coming to that. So how did you? That's life changing on its own.
Yeah.
That alone.
You know,
I mean, you should have it somewhere in your house here. That
you know, I've got the pictures in the bedroom.
Oh, no, we should see it. Because we should take a picture now to say no. You actually met the icon, like the world icon. That alone. I saw that and I'm like, wow.
But the one that I loved the most was Mbeki.
Thabo Mbeki, president.
Because that was more like one-on-one.
Okay.
And I was billed to play at the unveiling of Oliver Tambo's tombstone. Was it just tomb or tombstone, something like that.
Okay.
But anyway, I was the only artist booked to play there, and there were all these ANC guys, and Thabo Mbeki was there, Krasha Mashal, and that was powerful. I love that. And you know, when we were taking photos, and he asked me, said, "Are you sure you took the right photos?" So what touched me was, this guy really wants to, you know, meet you. Yeah, you understand that to be like preserve the memories. Understand? Because you know, we live through them, they live through us.
Yes.
So you know what?
And those are life moments that you just need to capture and. You know, go back to and just imagine that this really happened to me.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that must have been.
No, that was very important. Then Nelson Mandela were a group, yes, we performed, we're having photos with him and whatnot and blah blah. But it was too much, you know, too much protection around him and whatnot. You know, you can't do this, you can't do that. But you know what? The experience itself was powerful. So another thing is I had a huge beard that time.
Okay.
So I was right in front of, he was right in front of me. So, and he kept looking at me, and he kept smiling, and I could tell that he's not angry. So that's my moment with the big man.
That's very interesting. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that with us. And so you perform for birthdays, so any events basically.
Yeah. From your corporates.
Events, corporate events, wedding, social events.
Yeah, all that, whether it's festivals. So actually, the furthest I've gone to do a wedding was Montenegro.
You traveled all the way.
Yeah, actually, it was quite interesting because the guy that booked us to come and perform was actually from London.
Oh, okay.
And then he obviously when they see you performing somewhere else and then when they see a clip of saying, I want these guys. So yeah, and then the stage was in Budva, Montenegro, Europe. So yeah, we had to travel all the way to do I think about 4, 5, 6 songs or something, you know, for that. And then so anyway they performed in as far as Cape Town, weddings and
birthdays, celebrations, corporate events.
Yeah, that's
I
almost
mean, you know who to call now. You know who to call and you know where to go to for your live band, live performance, for any occasion, guys. I've listened to him and you know I just caught myself dancing one of the songs or the performance he had online. And it's so real, it's authentic, and that's really. It's phenomenal. Just well done, sir. And I pray you grow bigger. And you are saying that people, the Davido's level, we want to see you there because your originality it's unique. So yeah, thank you for sharing all of that with us. And where can we find you? Where can people find you?
Instagram page. It's Eli Amor Ada. So and everything just comes. Anything that you search on me on social media or social media platforms come under Eli Amor Ada, which is ELI, second name Amor, AMOR, and then the Ada, which is ADA. So the Eli Amor Ada page on Facebook and then Instagram. Same.
And guys, by the way, you see that name is so Nigerian. We should just adopt him, because if you look at what he's wearing today, guys, he looks like a typical Nigerian man. And I'm wondering what is he doing in the south? But anyway, don't let me take him away to the west. We are all one together at the end of the day. We are all Africans, and we need to support one another. We need to encourage one another, most especially these times that things are a bit uncertain with the third wave coming up, and there's a whole lot of speculations, but businesses need to grow, people need to be seen and heard. So that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this interview with Mr. Eli. He's an African first, and his music, his performance are authentic and real and beautiful. That is why I've come to you for more insight and more answers to what he does. So thank you all once again for staying thus far. But before you go, he's going to give us what would this interview be without a good live performance. So you're going to see that, and just relax, enjoy as you watch. Yes. Okay, so what are you going to do for us today?
Okay.
So what song is this? What's the song about? Is it an original song?
Yeah. It's called Fear.
Fear.
Yeah. Fear is basically a song about a man that is passionate for his wife.
So, what were you thinking when you came up with that name?
Fear is basically the name of a woman.
Oh, Fear.
Yeah,
What does Fear mean?
It's just a name.
It's just a name.
It's
Okay.
just one of those names.
And so the song is about this man that loves. So you.
Yeah. So it's more like love making, the passion in love making, and when he looks at her, when he's with her, how he feels
about her.
Yeah.
Mama, mia. Now I love the way you do things you do to me, loving you. Now I love the way you do things you do to me, kissing me, teasing you, baby. Never lonely, never alone, my Mia. I never lonely, never alone, my Mia. When I call your name for ya, when I call your name for ya, when I call your name for ya, for ya. When I call your name for ya, when I call your name for ya, when I call your name for ya, for ya.
Wow. Okay, so guys, I'm already planning for my own anniversary. It's so beautiful, simple.
Yeah.
You know, it brings a whole lot of feelings, I must say. Anyway, thank you for playing that. We really do appreciate your time and this talent that you have. I pray it sets you before kings. Guys, like I said earlier, that we are all Africans, and we need to support one another. We need to encourage one another, most especially in these times that things are a bit uncertain with the third wave coming up, and there's a whole lot of speculations, but businesses need to grow, people need to be seen and heard. So that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this interview with Mr. Eli. He's an African first, and his music, his performance are authentic and real and beautiful. That is why I've come to for more insight and more answers to what he does. So thank you all once again for one needs to dance and flex the muscles.